Are we live?
Well, we're going live, but probably live because it fools me every time. We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with Leah. You never know what's going to go on this channel when Leah is here. Hey, Leah.
Hey.
How do you like that introduction?
Like, we're live. No, wait, we're not. We're live. Hi, everyone. I'm like,
no, because even before it says you're live, when I watch some playbacks, I'm like sitting there waiting for it to go live. And then I'm just sitting there and I'm like, hey, I was live.
It's okay. Everybody understands a live is never perfect.
Right?
I'm waiting for somebody to come flying through my house in the middle of a live, just random human. Right? I'm waiting for that. That will be the best live ever.
All right. So welcome, everyone. I am Teacher Casey, and we're just going to keep that name on the channel for now.
And I guess that's
Teacher for life.
I'm Leah Sparrow of teacherleah.com, but today I'm Hacking Writer Fitness Podcast.
Yes.
So awesome. I do teacherleah.com, but it has more to do with marketing your online teacher business, whereas Hacking Writer Fitness has more to do with your fitness as an equestrian or horseback rider.
Awesome. And we are
That's why I'm here today, is because I have a fitness side to my world.
Yes. And we're here to talk about fitness today. We're going to hold a little challenge coming up. So it's going to start
not for us. We're not going to challenge ourselves. We're going to challenge you.
And us. And us. Now you all know why we have the crazy thumbnail, because this is us daily.
Now you know why. Now welcome to our world.
So welcome to our fun challenge. We are going to make this just super fun and a healthy way just to get ready for the holiday. So we have made this challenge between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, have fun. We'll do a 21-day challenge. You'll finish right before Christmas on the 21st, and that'll just set you up for success for after Christmas, right?
Yeah. It's I'm going to Asheville to go see my son. Oh, man. And I've got to mute you because I'm looking at our live to see if I can check the comments. Hang on. But yeah, I'm going to Asheville to see my son. And that, of course, we're going to go visit Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, which is nummy goodness.
I have never been there, but I've passed 100 of them. So I need to try it, huh?
It's got, the reviews are out. Plus, my son has this weird request for Thanksgiving. He's not the turkey and the stuffing and all the things that we're going to be like, most people are like, yum, 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 let's have that. And all the pies and everything. He wants steak and potatoes.
That's my favorite meal.
That's what he wants for Thanksgiving. But at the same time, you might be feeling, if you're out there going, oh gosh, Thanksgiving, I'm really stressing out about that.
Right.
The thing is that you're going to go be with family, and it's one day where you get to pick out. There's other days where you can get to it. Mm-hmm. There's other days where you can go back, regroup, and, just make sure you're moving around on Thanksgiving a little bit. Don't sit the whole time. Get up for 10 minutes and just stretch.
When you're in that turkey coma, go for a walk.
Yeah, while you're in a coma,
food coma,
go for a zombie walk, and you'll be okay. But that's kind of the attitude that I took when I went with Matthew to Gatlinburg. Mm-hmm. We have to meet like halfway because he's in Tennessee. I'm over here in North Carolina. So we meet halfway in different places. And Gatlinburg is, and of course, Casey's going to make faces. But Gatlinburg is this place that has fudge and funnel cakes.
Oh, yeah, I don't like
and and I'm not big on those. But then we have steaks and barbecue houses and Mexican restaurants. And it's just that place where you go to get fat. So but what we did is we found a hotel that was of a decent rate, and we stayed right there in the middle and walked everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I made rules for myself. That's how I do it, is I have to make like a rule. You might want to term it in a different if you think rules are kind of negative for you. Right. But I was like, okay, I know I'm going to eat the pizza, or I know I'm going to eat the roll, but let's only have one roll and eat it very slowly. Versus let's have 6.
Half a dozen.
Or I'm going to have one piece of pizza versus, 3 or 4, whatever your version of going crazy is, just tone it down a little bit, because you want to enjoy your time. You don't want to stress out because food is in the middle of being with family.
Right.
That's the point. You know, you want to enjoy your time with your family.
Yeah, I agree.
So what is our challenge?
What's that?
What is our challenge?
Our challenge is 21-day fix. I actually have a set of the videos right here. We're going to do the 21-day fix. If you follow the 21-day fix to a T, you'll use the portion control containers and things like that. Some might just want to do the 21-day workouts. Some might want to do just the eating side. I have been through this program a couple of times. I know it works. So if you have questions, let me know. We do have a Facebook group that you can go and ask questions in the group.
Is the link in the description for the Facebook group?
Yep, it is. And our links, if anybody wants to do the challenge and wants to order the 21-day fix, we do have mine and Leah's links below. There are different packages, right? So I wasn't going to get into all this, but I just want to tell people up front, when you first open it, there's like a $300 package if you want everything. But then if you scroll down, there are some that's like $30 for the video as a DVD and things like that. The more expensive ones are like, they come with the Beachbody on demand, so you can watch it on your TV without the discs and have it for like a year. You know what I mean?
If you're not sure you're going to do that, you know, the challenge, the 21-day, just get what you need, because I went down that, you know, rabbit hole of, I will buy everything and I'm going to be the perfect little workout person. And I have all this stuff that I never used because it wasn't meant for me. So test things out and see what works for you before you go diving in and spending a whole bunch of money. Because I love Beachbody on demand, because I can stream it on my TV, and I love the body. I love all of that. It's like the body, there's always something available at just the right time for when you can get in a workout real quick.
Right. And I like that if you're not following a program, you can pick whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
I can see a different, if you're kind of like me where you like change, you can have Shaun T one day, Chalene Johnson another, Autumn Calabrese another day, and just like work out how you want. Oh, today I need to do upper body. Who am I going to work out with today? You know?
But it is good to get started with a challenge, because it does help you get to know what Beachbody on Demand is all about. So the 21-day challenge is just 21 days. You know, it's not a whole month. It's 21 days.
Right.
And it's just going to carry you through. And I love the portion fix, because it comes with the containers, helps organize your food really well. I started with that, and then I decided, let's see what the 2B mindset. I just started exploring Beachbody pretty much.
Yeah.
to find out what I wanted to do.
I mean, there's a blog and recipes for every day. I mean, I don't even know if you
and the 2B mindset and fix portion, they have like a recipe book that you can use for either one. So you don't have to be like restricted to, okay, I can only get, I can only get the fixed portion stuff. I can only get the 2B mindset portion stuff. They do, you know, like the 2B mindset has like down below, it'll show you what the portion fix one is.
Yeah. And actually on the Beachbody on Demand, if you go to the program materials, a lot of times they have like an eating plan or things like that. So yeah.
So what is the portion fix? Because you know it like the back of your hand. What exactly is that for those that don't know?
So you use these containers. And what we do at the beginning, and I can help anybody do this, we'll take your weight and do a little bit of math and find out which category. Yeah, I love math. We'll find out which category.
I hate math, but I was still able to do it. I mean, they're really good at explaining it to
you. Especially on calculators and phones nowadays.
It is basic math.
Yeah. So you have a category. And for example, if you're in the A category, which means you're a lot smaller than me, and you have like 3 greens to eat every day, 3 purples, and all you do is fill your containers. The greens is for veggies, the purples are for fruits, and you get a total for the day. And Leah, I just like do little check marks or tally marks or whatever, and then I know when I'm done. I will say I don't get enough vegetables, so I have to stick them in my shakes.
Well, that's the great thing about it though, because it does both of them, but we'll stick with the portion fix, because the portion fix does help you understand portion size. And it helps you organize a little bit more. If you're someone who's like, well, you know, I've looked at diets and they don't really give me this is what you eat situation.
Right.
It's good for that, because then you start to understand exactly how much you can eat and what you need to eat. And you can have that variety. It also doesn't lead you down that road of having too much food. Sometimes you do get a meal plan and then all of a sudden you have way too much. You can't eat it all.
Yeah.
So it does help on that aspect of it too. But it'll involve the Shakeology.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Beachbody doesn't it has like a greens powder? I think it does. I think I saw it.
A lot of
people that's like, if you can't get your vegetables in, because I have Crohn's.
Yeah.
And vegetables are like the death for me. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them are. You can use that little powder and you can get your serving of vegetables in real quick.
Sorry, the trash truck is outside the house.
I don't hear it.
Every Thursday during my live.
Yay, trash truck.
So when I hear it, I usually try to mute. But what I did want to say is, it teaches you portion control. And it made me eat my veggies, right? Because it said I needed this many portions of veggies, and I'm a rule follower.
Yeah.
So I do like vegetables, except for cooked carrots. So
she has the weirdest moments.
I do. So I like vegetables.
Really?
I just
That's what you're gonna pick not to like.
I just never made the time to eat them. So it definitely helps you, it makes you
It does. More. It does. It helps you understand what a portion is.
Yeah. A variety.
Because I've read so much about research, those plates in the restaurants and our own plates have gotten bigger over history. So we tend to think we have to fill up that whole plate when really a plate just needs to be about like that.
And I will say,
and we have plates that are like this.
When we lived overseas and would come back to visit, we could not believe the portion size, especially going from Japan.
Here, oh gosh, the Japanese, it's like, here's your plate.
I'm like, why do you need a soda like this big? That was shocking to me.
Well, when they started going up in the large sodas, I was like, I would like my keg, please. I mean, it's like here you'd have to grab it with two hands.
Yeah, that was shocking to me
and that's a lot of sugar and a lot of calories. And, I try to stay away from it, but at the same time, this goes back to not being stressed out about it. Mm-hmm. I adore Coke. I don't have it in my house.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But this morning I went and got a Coke, but I don't get one every single day. Mm-hmm. I just was like, what? Having a little Coke this morning would be good.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, people. Okay.
Soda. I think we should take a poll. I don't see many people on here now, but even if you're watching the playback, I do see a few. Hello. Tell us, do you call it soda? Do you call it pop? Do you call it?
Yeah. What do you call it? I call it Coke.
We say soda. When I went to
but you're not from the South.
No, I'm originally from Boston. So when I moved to the South, I said, I'm going to get a soda. And they're like, wait, I said, can I get a Coke? And they're like, well, what kind? And I'm like, huh? Like,
Pepsi, Coke,
red can. Kind? They're like, oh, we call Sprites Coke. Like everything. I'm like,
we call everything really Coke. Isn't that just confusing enough to make you go insane?
Yeah. And like sweet tea. I went out for breakfast and I'm like, can I get a tea, please? And they're like, sweet or unsweet? I'm like, huh? What do you mean sweet or unsweet? And they're like, I'm like, like a hot cup of water with a tea bag. And they're like, oh, honey, you're in the South. And I'm like, oh.
Unsweet tea is sin. In the South, that's a sin. You're not allowed to have unsweet tea.
That is so funny. So yeah.
I'm like the person that everybody goes, she's a mutant. But I was born in Florida too, so I'm definitely a mutant. Right. I don't like coffee and I don't like tea.
Oh, coffee's my only
bad person.
Super fun. So what made you decide you wanted to start with Beachbody?
Okay, so I have tried so many different programs and I don't know, this sounds so, anybody that's been trying for so long to find something that works, you're gonna be so aggravated with me right now because I would get aggravated with these people too.
Let's get aggravated at Leah, everybody.
I would be like, really? That's just, when does that happen for me?
Right.
A lot of it does have to do with, I had health issues, really severe health issues earlier, like November through March was just death and one thing after another. There was a cancer scare, there was a kidney stone, there was surgery, and then I was sick from the surgery, and I'm just like, okay, we gotta do something. We can't keep doing these things. So I went down the path. I went to isogenics, and then all of a sudden I saw, I was like, let's review Beachbody. So many people like Beachbody. Casey likes Beachbody. Casey and I share the same brain. So let's go check out Beachbody. So I checked out Beachbody, and I started with 645. And what I liked about it was just, it wasn't like trying to kill yourself when you exercise. Sometimes you pick up a program and afterwards you're like, that was just way too hard for me.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do it again. It was like just enough to make me go, I can actually do this. I can actually keep this up. And then I started looking into the diet plans, and I'm like, these are reasonable. And they explain it in such a way that it's not overwhelming. You don't go, well, this is just too hard. You never say, well, this is just too hard. And for me anyway, I was like, they are making total sense to me. And now I understand this makes it so much easier, because I hate counting calories. Hate it.
Right.
I hate monitoring every little thing that I eat.
Yeah.
Although when you do have a better idea of what you should be eating.
True.
So I did have to kind of make myself to journal what I was eating. I did have to do that, but it was more about just, it went from, I want to look pretty to I want to be able to walk with my son in Gatlinburg and at the Biltmore without going, okay, we need to sit down for a minute because mom is too tired or hurting.
Right.
And I went to Gatlinburg and we walked probably 10,000 steps per day, and I was fine.
Nice.
My son was saying he was hurting, but
that's great when that happens. Like,
all
right, you young
whippersnapper. You need to exercise, and he's like, I'm not going to do that. Well, okay, then you'll be like me when you
right,
because I don't hurt now. Remember when we went to Disney World, and I was like, I can't do that.
I love to walk. I love hiking. I love hard workouts. So when
I like the weights. I actually like cardio. I mean, with my horses do motivate me to work out because, honest to God, I have to walk everywhere in order to do something for them. Right. And then they're fat too. So yes, we have fat camp over here at Leah's house. The only ones that aren't fat are my dogs and my cat, but the horses and I are fat. So we have to walk.
The horses have free range, so they get to eat.
They're like their food. They're standing on it. It's like, just imagine being in your bedroom and you have nothing but candy bars laying everywhere. So
steak.
So I take them on walks, and I'm able to hike. I'm able to do those things that I absolutely would not do, whether I had a friend with me or not. I just wouldn't keep it consistent. But because my horses need me, then I would.
Right.
It's like, mommy to the rescue. And I measured them today, and they did lose weight, and I've actually started to go down in weight. So it's a good thing to find the motivator. That's a big thing, is you got to find the motivator. It's not about looking pretty. Mm-hmm. It's about, I want to be in good health so that my children don't have to come and take care of me. I want to stay out of the hospital. I mean, I want to stay out of the freaking hospital. I mean, I've visited it far too much over my lifetime. I want to stay out of the hospital. Yeah. That's my motivator. What's yours?
So back in the day, now we're going back a long time ago. The doctor, I went to the doctor and, had my checkup, and they told me I was a heart attack waiting to happen. My triglycerides were crazy high and just off the charts. I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. Like, it was really bad. And
and you have that build that tends towards that too. You have the build.
Oh yeah. And Steve had some tears in his eyes, and I was like, all right, I got to do something. I went to a friend of mine. Well, I didn't really know her. Actually, she made me mad the first time I met her because she asked me if I was pregnant, and I wasn't.
I'm going to slap you.
But then I went to her and I'm like, look, I need your help. I heard you have lost, whatever weight. I need your help. And she's like, nah, I'm not interested. And I'm like, no. Like, you know me. I never stand up for myself. There was something in me that day that said, no, you're going to help me or else I'm gonna
Oh,
die.
I know. You never like, it's like you never push ever.
Yeah. And
so if you're pushing, it means Casey needs this.
Yep. And I needed help, and she set me up, and then I met some friends doing Beachbody, and I'm like, all right, time to get healthy. And yeah. So, but I wasn't like, I've never been a coach. I'm a coach, but I've never really pushed it. I've always given stuff for free, or said, hey guys,
Right.
I'm going to put this on
I'm
my.
the same way. I've never been like, okay, guys.
Right.
I'm not, I have a hard time promoting anything or supporting anything I don't truly believe in or use myself.
Right.
To be quite honest. And I've looked at Beachbody, and there's like a zillion programs that I'd love to try out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like, and so Casey came to me about the 21-day challenge, and I was like, I kind of do need to get back into the exercising, because I'm still exercising, but I kind of went over here where the horses are fat and said, okay, we need to get them into a routine. We need to focus on getting them into a routine and figure out how I can do that and add on what I need to do for me. So a lot of it is a manipulation of your schedule and trying to figure out how to do what you need to for you and how to do what you need to for your family. And you always come first. So that's where I said, if I walk with my horses and work them from the ground, I can incorporate my own fitness with their fitness and meet my goals. Yeah. And now I want to bring back in because I think the weightlifting and things like that really do help with bone density. They help with things like that, and your stability and your mobility. And it's a change of pace.
Confidence.
Yeah.
And your confidence,
I'm a man now. I'm gonna walk. No.
Nope. It won't happen, friends.
Feel like, oh no, you don't.
I do think non-scale victories are so important. So if you are weight training and you gain a little bit of weight for a little while, it's okay, because muscle weighs more than fat, but eventually it burns a lot of that. So
you say that, and what I noticed is I wasn't losing weight, but when I started 645 like months ago. Yeah. I wasn't really losing weight. I was losing. Yeah. But not like, it would make most people be like, this is not working. I would lose and then gain and lose and gain, like you're talking about, because you have to add protein to build muscle and to keep the energy up. You've got to have it. So I didn't pay attention to my weight. What I realized though, is my clothes started fitting different.
Oh yeah. Non-scale.
Because your body starts to change its shape, because let's face it, girls and boys, your fat does not have a shape.
I loosen my fingers first.
And I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I mean, honestly, I'm now I wanted to lose 70 pounds total. Now I am at the 50 pounds to go mark.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Way to start.
So I had to do math. Sorry. That's how much I pay attention to how much more I have to go. Because that's another thing that I realized, it's like, it overwhelms you. Right. So now I'm like, okay, I'm below X number. Now I want to get below this number, and it might be 5 more pounds. It might be, just 10 pounds at a time, whatever you find that's not going to overwhelm you, because I found when I was like, I gotta lose 70 pounds, it's going to take like 16,000 years for me to do that. Right. I'll die trying to lose 70 pounds. I changed my mindset, and a lot of it is mindset. I know that, when you're really negative about yourself and talking down to yourself in your head, that you have to change your mindset. You have to say, when you screw up, not, I can't do this. You can't do that to yourself. You have to say, so what? I screwed up. Back to it.
That is probably one of the hardest things for me, is negative self-talk, overcoming that negative self-talk.
And it is a practice. That's a practice in and of itself to get out of that. It's not, nothing happens overnight. And my self-talk is occasionally, I'm like, you idiot, why'd you do that? But it's not as bad as it was when I started. So I have to take note of that too. Yeah. It's like, I'm still binging from time to time, but it's not as bad as it was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So I'm making improvement. I mean, I'm trying to overcome decades of my relationship with food, which is highly negative, with Crohn's. And then going into remission. Crohn's wouldn't let me eat anything. I weighed 100 pounds at one point in time. I'm 5'6". Wow. I weighed 100 pounds because Crohn's just went, suck it all the way. And you can't eat anything. And then I went into remission and I was like, party, yeah, eat everything.
Oh no. Your poor body doesn't know what to do.
I have a really negative relationship with food. So sometimes you have to recognize that maybe your relationship with food needs to be addressed first before you can get really serious about, still do your exercises, still try to do the diet. But before you start beating yourself up, realize how long you've had this relationship with food, the current relationship you have with food. How long have you had that current relationship? And it's just like reevaluating your marriage. I hate him today, but let's see, why did we get to this point? Because the problem is that, yes, I believe food can be addicting, but we have to have food to live. So it's like this paradox and this very screwy thing that messes with your head. Yeah. So you have to realize when you're being negative about it and when to say, that's enough of being negative about it. I just need to be a little bit more mindful today. I just need to say, you know what? This morning I had a healthy breakfast. Yeah. And applaud yourself. Ignore the fact that you turned around and ate 16 little bars of candy. But notice where you're improving. And that actually helps you to stay more motivated. Pat yourself on the back, because let's face it, maybe, the day before you ate nothing but crap and today you ate a healthy meal. Yeah. That's a big deal. I agree.
And I think that's what this next 21 days is going to be all about. We do have a prep week where we're going to clean out some garbage. So first, what's that? Really? Your first set of messages will start November 24th. And we're going to just start sending
in the group, right?
Messages. That's our prep. It's going to be in the Facebook group. The link is below. And we'll have 1 or 2 posts a day where you can engage with the group and talk. The more engagement we have in the group, the more motivating, the more fun, the more we become friends in a big community. And I think that is what I'm really after for the next 21 days.
Because you do need support when you do this. Because Casey was there when I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing some yoga. And I haven't been with her that morning, but it still pushed me to go find my sweet spot, what I wanted to do. And then I met Amalia of 645 on Beachbody. And he was so silly and goofy, and the rest of them were so silly and goofy that I was like, okay, I can do this thing. Yeah. And then I started looking more. It's almost like it becomes an addiction to find out what else can I do, especially when you start seeing the results. Yeah. And the results aren't necessarily losing weight. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, I could not, like, this is going to be like horseback riding thing. But I was riding my horse and I was like, before I was a little bit more this. Now I'm more stable. They're cool. And I'm starting to get my mobility. I'm able to get off and on better. I mean, it's just like little tiny things where you start noticing, oh, wow, I'm picking things up with more, like you said, more confidence and less grabbing hold of something to do something, and more your body is now working and doing things. So when you start noticing that, it gets to where you're like, I wonder what else I can do. You get to that point.
What's next? When I started climbing 1 flight of stairs, it was really hard for me back when I was telling you earlier. And we decided we were going to climb Mount Fuji. So I climbed a flight of stairs and I was dying. Finally, I got to the top of the building because we lived in a apartment thing that was like 7-9 floors or something. I would get to the top of that finally, and still dying, but I would get to it finally.
Yeah, but you did it.
To where we could go up and down 7 times without stopping and
without dying or killing ourselves.
Yeah. So it took a lot of, baby steps to get there. But so that's what this 21 days is about. We're just going to take some baby steps and try to make some changes.
You do see those fairly quick. Cause like when I first started doing the exercises with Beachbody on demand, I went out to my heart. I was like, surely this is like not even a month in. I was like, surely there's not that big of a deal, but I was trying to race the sun. I didn't want to be out in the middle of a pasture at night.
Right.
It's dark and then you can't see and you're like, what's that over there? And it's a tree, really, but you think it's the devil. Yeah. So I'm trying to change out these things in the pasture that basically take care of bugs. So I have to go up this really big hill. And used to I'd go up this really big hill and get to the top and be out of breath,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big hill. And so I decided, let's run up the hill because I have to beat the sun. Let's run up the hill. And I was like thinking the whole time, I'm
Feel
gonna run up the
good.
hill. I'm gonna get up to the top of the hill. I'm gonna die. But we got to beat the sun. And I'm running up to the top of the hill. And all of a sudden I hear these 1,000-pound creatures thundering behind me, and they're not going to run me over, but there's nothing like that to motivate you to run a little faster, even though you can't outrun them. So I'm like, now I'm hoofing it, and I start to feel my gluteal muscles and my legs muscles start to kick in. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't think I could really, be like, and I get up to the top of the hill, and I'm not totally out of breath. I mean, I'm breathing, but I can still talk. I can still walk over there and do my thing. I was like, how many times can I do this?
Right.
And then I'm making it a game. So it's those little things that you discover that you're like, wait a minute, that wasn't so bad. Right? I'm going to try this again. Yeah. You start feeling like a kid again, I think, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you're feeling good, I can just see you run up that hill like, oh, this is pretty good.
I can do this. So if you're interested in the 21 day, don't you have like some things that you have that we plan on giving away in the
We do. So you can go to the Facebook group, and we're going to pull two. I don't know how we're going to do these with today, but so we'll pull a couple of these for prizes. This is going to be one today in the Facebook group. So make sure you guys head there.
Yeah, and we may just pull from a hat or something if you join, and then we've got the members in the group, and we'll just maybe pull from a hat.
Yeah, I think those two will be.
Yeah. And
for this one, the Weekender, I have 3 of these bags, and they're just fun Beachbody products for like a weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And the first 3 that sign up for the Beachbody 21 Day Fix Challenge with us using one of our links, I will mail these. So we'll have 3 winners for the weekend.
Get a little prize for signing up. And it also sets you up for the program because it has the stuff that you would need for the program.
It's got some Energize, some bars.
I love Energize.
Recovery stuff in there.
So what is Energize is where you have the energy to do the workout, and then recovery, what do you do with that?
Recover drinks are for after your workout. They're post-workout. They replenish everything you just lost healthy-wise from your workout.
Well, it's a protein replacement, pretty much. Like your body uses up lactate, all the stuff to create muscles. Yeah. The recovery, I was going to get all medical, but I'll just say all the stuff. The recovery helps to replace that and helps your muscles to grow after you've been working out.
And it speeds up the recovery of your muscles. So
yeah, instead it feeds your muscles basically, so they can continue to work and kick in and start building. So and you'll still be sore, but that's okay.
We will have other prizes in the group. We talked about having like a top engager, which is someone that posts a lot or helps out others, just has fun being motivational.
Besides Casey.
We are not winning these. So I have this, a collagen, and I have a Fixate cookbook.
Now that's the collagen for your hair and nails and skin. There's a different collagen for, I think, your bones, but that's the one for your hair and nails and skin.
I do love Beachbody collagen. And then I do have some for those that are working on the 21 Day Fix. You can start on the extreme right away after if you wanted to, or for the new year or something. So
what is it now? Okay, the extreme, is that a longer workout, or what's the difference between the 21 day and the 21 day extreme?
Yeah, they're a little bit harder workouts. This was when she was training for her fitness modeling, I believe. So the workouts are more like for definition and
it's compound versus targeted. You've got compound exercises, they're just your whole body, and then you have the more targeted where you're like, oh, I want to make this muscle more defined.
Right. So there are things in both workouts like plyo and stuff. With my knees that are just tore up, I can't do a lot of jumping, but she has, Kat is her name. She has a lady on I think almost all instructors do now. They have a modifier.
The modifiers, yeah.
Right. So instead of doing burpees, they show you a different way to engage your core and things to do.
So you don't have to do that squat lift kind of jump
right,
thing and everything.
Right. Because I can't do the knee stuff like that.
And see, and I can't do the super targeted ab. I can do, oddly enough, I can do the plank poses, but when you're doing crunches, that's where it's a problem. Plank pose is actually a compound exercise. It engages much more than just your core. Yeah. So you're having other parts of your body support your core when you're actually doing a plank. But when you're doing a crunch, the only thing there that's working is the abdominals. I know these things. They're weird. You know what? I actually have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Weightlifting.
Really?
Well, I had to find out about stuff like that because of my core. The reason why I was in the hospital was because of my core.
From the what? The core work?
Because of my core, because of my stomach.
Gotcha.
So I had to really learn about that because I didn't want to end up being back in the hospital because I had to stress out my core. So, you know, I learned about compound versus more targeted type exercises.
Right. So if you have questions in the group, we will try our best to answer them. Of course, you know, disclaimer, you need to talk to your doctor, but,
oh yeah, please do.
Yeah. But like I said, there are plenty of, modifiers and modified moves if you need them.
And they really do make it a lot easier, those modifiers. I mean, they're reasonable. Other
but you're still working.
That I've been in that's had a modifier and they've given me the modification. I'm like, seriously, that really?
Yeah.
And I'd have to modify even more.
Yeah. Definitely. They've definitely thought them through, I think. The workout.
They have like such a depth of knowledge. And the other thing is too, is what I've noticed. And when you have the modifier, they actually cheer on the modifier.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, that it's not like, oh, well, here's your modifier in case you can't do this. I mean,
yeah.
They never do that. They're all about what you can do. And I think that was the other addictive quality of Beachbody, was that there's no negativity at all about any stage that you're in. And they use real people. You don't have, I mean, yes, they do have some people that have some nice physiques, right. But then they have the people that are like more attainable.
I like that a lot of them are real. You know, some
they're very
will tell
real.
You straight out, he started off big. He weighed a lot and he had to work his tail off. So he's got a nice body, but he didn't always have it.
And the ladies with the diets, the fixed portion fix, and then you've got the 2B mindset, they both went through it. So they know, they understand.
And they're honest. She's like, look, it's my monthly. Do you think I want to be here right now? You know? And I'm just like, oh, I hear you. You know? Well,
that's the other thing, you know, when we talk about working out and what's your motivator, a lot of times we talk too much about what's your motivator. You know what? I have had mornings where I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And you literally have to go remind yourself why you're doing it and what happens when you don't.
Yeah. For me,
and
it's like,
one thing that helps me is
this.
I don't want to get up. I have the one thing that helps me is, okay, I sit there and I think about it too much, and my brain has like this argument. You need to do it, but I don't want to do it. So
true.
But I will sit there and go, okay, all I need to do right now is get out of bed. So I will go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going. That's all you know, because your brain sits there and processes everything you're going to do.
Yeah.
If
I know someone's going to ask me if I worked out today, I will go work out.
Yeah, I did.
This group is, you know, I can't lie to save my life.
I know. I worked out. I'll be right back.
Or I'll tell people, like my friend Michelle, I don't think she'd mind me calling her out on here. She will tell me like, oh, I haven't worked out. And I'm like, all right, go for a 20-minute walk. Let me know when you're back. And she'll message me, hey, thanks for letting me know.
And that's great about having an accountability person. And also, I think that some people think that they have to work out at certain times during the day.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, is that works out really well when you're first starting out, even if you sign up for the 21-day thing, if you're spreading it out, you can, you know, if you do like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes for lunch, 10 minutes when you get home, that's 20 minutes of workout that you did. It doesn't have to be all at once.
Right.
You do what your schedule will allow you to do. Now, these programs do have like a warm up and you build up. So I wouldn't suggest splitting them up.
Right.
But if you're trying to get going with your exercise, the best thing you can do for yourself is say, okay, I've been sitting watching Netflix. I could actually get up and go do something while, and maybe just walk around the house. I literally, when I was recovering from my surgery, it was like, okay, today we're going to walk 3 times around the kitchen island.
Yeah.
I got up.
Yeah, start somewhere.
I got up.
Yeah. Get up and get started. So the workouts are shorter. So I'm glad you brought that up. I think they're like 30 minutes.
And that's not too bad. And before anybody says, I don't have time, blah, 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 sit down, or, eating the diet thing is too expensive. Okay. Sit down. And first, if you say, I don't have time, sit down and journal what you do throughout the day.
Is this too loud? A concrete truck just drove up and is
concrete
in the house next door.
So journal what you do throughout the day and say, okay, I sat most of the time doing that one thing that I didn't really, maybe it's you sat and watched a TV show.
Right.
Could you be working out while you're watching the TV show? Could you be maybe on a treadmill or just standing there marching in place? You don't have to really necessarily have to have all the stuff. What about it's too expensive to eat? Well, tally up how much you spend on the food that you're eating. Yeah. And see how much that costs you to go over there to McDonald's or something like that to go get that fast food.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, well, I just get stuff from the grocery store, think about how much it's going to cost you in the hospital because you're not eating correctly.
Yeah.
Because that's a big bill. That's a big bill.
Right.
And I would much rather put my money into healthy food, healthy diet versus all the medications that I've had to take over the years. I'm down to 1 medication. I used to take 30 medications a day. I'm down to 1.
Wow.
That one's not going anywhere because that's the only one that stops Crohn's from being a pain in the butt. But, but I'm down to 1, whereas I had 30 trying to stop Crohn's from being a pain in the butt. Now I'm down to 1. Right. And so you got to think of it that way versus it's too expensive to go out and buy that salad. Is it? Or that pizza or that tomato? Is it really? Is it?
Right. You afford not to. True.
There you go. You froze for a second.
Oh, weird. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I just froze in my
all of a sudden you were doing this.
Oh. That's my sexy look. So really quick story about community and why I'm so passionate about working out and doing this community thing together. Back in the day, one of my first jobs I don't know if I should mention on here, but anyway, so I was a brand new airman, I'm just going to say it. And they wanted me to MC this event that was coming up. Well, I ended up going on the Fat Girl program, the military weight program, right? And the lady was like, you're not the image we want anymore. And all the women, not all of them, there were a few good ones. They were just very negative. And I just remember being like, okay, it was embarrassing. It was hurtful. I didn't know I was pregnant at the time. So really, I did gain weight, but I didn't know I was pregnant.
But you didn't know. But at the same time, I'm pregnant. Okay.
Right. It was very negative towards me. And then when I was even more pregnant, I was working on an aircraft and came off, and someone just tore me a new one because I looked disgusting being pregnant out there, throwing bags on an aircraft. And I was just really shocked about the lack of community. And it was women at the time. I don't know why, but they just, everything was, you look disgusting, you're overweight,
the body shaming,
you're not the image. Oh yeah, it was.
And that doesn't help to lose weight either when you're trying so hard.
Right. And the only one that was willing to help me actually got in trouble because we were in the same chain of command and she was an officer, but all we did was go to lunch and make me not a lesson plan, that's teacher talk, a workout plan. She was helping me, and so at that time, this is going back way back, it was just really negative. So I just have always wanted to build a positive community for healthy eating, healthy talking. And I
think it's important, the real talk and just being positive about it. It's okay to break down. It's okay to get into our group and say, you know what, today someone said this to me. Because you know what, I'm probably going to be, me or Casey going to be the first ones to comment and say, where are they at? Tell me where they are.
So with Leah and I, we love to have fun. We are very positive, motivating people. So just come check out the group, come meet the friends in the group, and I don't know. I'm just
have some fun losing weight where there's no judgment. There's going to be constructive criticism that maybe says, well, you might want to try perhaps this might help you, or maybe use this type of thought stream. It sounds like to me you're getting down on yourself. So maybe let's reword that a little bit. Something that's more constructive versus, well, you suck. I mean, that just does not help anyone.
And if you ask me to be your accountability partner, just know I will call you out.
And I'm the accountability partner that will go, did you do it?
You just tell me a goal and I'm going to be messaging you saying, how are you working towards that goal today? So
yeah, she does, because she texted me only 20 times. Leah, you coming to the yoga thing?
If you tell me you want something, I'm going to work and help you get it.
She does. And I'm the one that will show up. I will be the funny, goofy one that makes you laugh about the hardships and pretty much just say, just do it.
Yeah.
Just stop that. Do it.
Yeah. I will say, when I work out in the morning, I have set my day up for success. I don't know why, but if I work out in the morning, I'm like, what can I do?
There's a high that's involved.
It is that, but it's also like, I've accomplished something already today. What else can I accomplish? You know, and I start checking things off my list.
It's like, I got myself moving. Right? What else can I do today?
So
most definitely. And when I go out with my horses, it's like, I don't know about you, but I know we've been talking for a while, but
always
the midday crash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where you're like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
If you have a dog, I have a dog, Casey has a dog. If you have a dog or some kind of animal, that is a huge motivator to get yourself, believe it or not, you may feel like, God, I just want to take a nap. I'm just like slowing down. I can't do it. She's going to show off her thing from Victoria Gillick's virtually easy backgrounds. There's Goliath. So the thing is I crash around 1 or 2. That's actually when I go to work out my horses, because then I get out in the sun and I'm outside and it makes me go, okay, yeah, I'm awake. I'm good. I'm energized. I can move around a little bit. And a lot of times it does have to do with you've been sitting.
Yeah.
And that tires you out. Look at that. He's bigger than that now.
Yeah, he is. I was just thinking that too.
And I have this, I need to put it as a background, but you know, Goliath has Mia's dating photo.
I want to see that when you put
you have to join the group to see Mia's dating photo.
There you go.
It's legendary. There's a heart-shaped tattoo and everything.
Oh, super fun. All right. I think everyone should just go check out the 21 Day Fix.
You just need to go there and win something. How often are we giving stuff away?
I don't know. I've got a bunch of things in here.
I know you got a bunch of stuff to give away. So you need to get in that group and find out what we're going to give away. First, you get the 21 day little, what is that?
This one? Oh,
the booklet. Oh, the Weekender. You're going to do that first?
Well, we have the Weekender and we have the videos. Those
as you can see, we're super organized.
We are. Okay, so the plan is these 3 Weekender bags that I have will go to the first 3 people that use one of our links to buy the actual program.
Okay.
Any set of the program. I don't care if you get the $300 pack or the $40, $50, whatever, you know, that when you buy that and you are ready to start, we're going to send this right away. That is my only fear, is that people are going to want to do this and they're not going to order in time. Although they could do the Beachbody on demand and have, stuff ready, but you really want to get in on this and get your order.
Yeah, because the start date is when?
December 1st.
So you really need to get signed up during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And more than likely, they're going to have a Black Friday thingy going on. So you might want to go ahead and
maybe.
They've been having a few sales here and there. So I'm pretty sure, or a Cyber Monday kind of thing going on, but you might want to go ahead and get signed up.
They do have like $20 off the bigger packs right now, I believe, too. So
they're always having a sale though.
Total solution packs. Mm-hmm. That's like everything. That's
having a sale for these 21-day stuff, and it's usually the packs that they have a sale for.
Yeah.
And I like Shakeology. It's a good shake, people.
I do too.
I also discovered something. I know that we need to get off of here, but I discovered something. I get so excited about this. It was an accidental discovery. I put chia seeds in my Shakeology, and it turned into pudding. I was like, this is awesome.
Chia seeds in mine.
I had some other things in there, but it was chia seeds, oatmeal, ice cubes. I'm trying to think of the things, and some fruit, but it turned into pudding.
Huh, interesting.
I should have written it down because I was like, this was pretty cool. If it happens again, I will share it.
If they go and check out the 21-day fix group, they can see the mozzarella stick air fryer that we put in there.
That was evil.
I went and bought mozzarella sticks to make them. It's part of the program. We can eat them.
It's part of the program. We can eat 20 of them. It's part of the program.
Did you know wine is part of the program? So you don't have to give up your wine. It just counts as one of your carbs.
Well, they do. I do like that fact that they don't say you can't eat this. Yep. This is how much you should eat of this. This is how you monitor and eat more mindfully, so that you can have the things that you like. Like I have ice cream. I have, steaks and potatoes and things like that. Do I have it every day? No. Do I have to adjust my eating plan for the day? Yes.
Yeah.
But
perfect.
Anyway, we'll see you in the group. Hurry up, go now.
Yes, go. We'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.